Good afternoon, YouTube. How we doing today? I'm not sure if anyone really wants to see another clock or not, but I really like making the clocks, so I figured I'd show another style of clock that I'm doing. Got quite the mess of gears on my table. This one's a little rusty, so I'm hoping I can actually work that off. I wanted to try and save some of the chrome. I literally just pulled this out of a transmission. Got it sitting right over here. I kicked to the side. I still have some gears left in there. I don't need those for this clock. So I just pulled this out. I kind of had an idea I would incorporate this one in with it as well, that I kind of left sitting on the bumper of the Jeep. So obviously this is out of transmission. If this is out of a transmission, this is out of a tower crane gearbox, which I think is really cool. The bearing actually works really well, so I think it would work great for a lamp. But my tower crane boss actually gave this to me. He gave me 4 tower crane gears, so this is going to go to him. My thought that occurred to me before I started filming would be to stack these two for the start. Let the gears kind of line up how they line up to start it. I think that would be a great start for it. I am making a pendulum clock, so I did have to find something that would kind of hide the box, and I thought I did. Yeah, yes I did. So I'm going with these pieces are pretty big, so I found a decent sized gear here that will hide that. And as you know from watching my other videos, if you did, we also have to fill in this hole here. Found this little guy from tearing apart that Volkswagen transmission. It'll fit in here, so all I really have to do is find a washer to fill in this enough to get our clock piece in there. And that's actually going to give a nice outside look to the face of the clock. Of course, we got a lot to take off the back of this and the back of that to make things work. So I'm going to get to work on that and cleaning up this here. Okay, YouTube, I am back to the clock. So I got this one cleaned up, these two cleaned up, this and this. I don't know if even that was on the camera because I wasn't looking. But they're cleaned up, so I'm going to go ahead and start cutting the backs of these off to make sure the clock parts will fit in there. Thinking this one and this one inside of this one, that's where the back of the clock will fit in. And then we'll stack these two on top of this, connect them to that, and we'll have our pendulum clock. So that's what I'm going to roll with, at least right now. Things change. Just how it works. Hey YouTube, so right now I've been busy with the cut wheel. I cut this one. Remember what it looked like down. Cut the back off of it. This one here I did the same thing. And this one here is super hot right now, but I cut the little flange off of it. So my thought of the look here is looking nice. I wanted this little guy here to go inside that one. Have a nice look. Need something for a background on that for you. So cut disc will work nice. So we make a nice geared face of the clock, but the clock parts weren't long enough to stick out the face. So having to take this down quite a bit. I think I had to take about a 1/4 inch off of it. Well, YouTube, I thought I had it. No way, no how. I still probably got about a 1/4 inch take off there. Oh well, I think it's going to look okay though. If I get out of the light, I think it's going to be a pretty good looking clock by the time I'm done with it. I'll have to show you in the daylight. Alright, it's time to go in. Hey YouTube, it's tomorrow. So I've been out here with the grinder and a lot of the flap disc, and you know, I know better, but I still took off way too much with the flap disc, and I've been working on smoothing it out a little bit. And I still have, you can see a high spot right here. Yeah, you can totally see that in the camera. So anyhow, I have a high spot right here, but I gotta, this is where I'll be putting the washer anyhow. so we can get our clock piece through there. I finally got it though. If you remember how thick that piece really was, I did finally get it to where we're seeing threads through there, and I can finally make that clock work. I don't want to leave that on there, it's too much weight. Don't want to break our pendulum. But so I finally got that. I've been working on that for probably about a half an hour now after work. It's giving me the look I like, so I'll probably start working on welding that from the back side. And yeah, I'm liking that. Finally I got it. Yeah, so just touching up, checking in with where we're at, and we'll start putting our gears together. Yay clock. Okay guys and gals, so I was trying to wait for the rain to stop, but it doesn't seem like it's going to let up any. Alright, so I got this welded up from the back side. It's a little hot. I took my gloves off to flip over. Plus I don't want you to see my ugly welds. I just switched over to gas, and actually they're turning out a lot better than I thought they would, but I'm not going to ramble right now. So I got them welded up. I cleaned them in between so I don't have the discoloration from the heat here and here. I got to clean this one off yet, but if we remember, I have that high spot that I'm going to have to take down anyhow, so that'll get rid of the discoloration when I take that off with the flap disc. So I got my calipers here, and yes, they're Harbor Freight, but I bought them for just kind of things like this. Nothing that I really need any fancy ones for. Just going to show you, I used my little, these are some actually really good rare earth magnets that I bought. They work pretty well for smaller light things. I basically put them in the little notches here on the gears. I just used, I believe it was 5 of them on the first one here. I left this one off, and I used my little butt end here where I had to set it up like this, and I got my measurement, and I put a magnet in there, and I measured it around to make sure I got my good spot, and then I flipped it over upside down. I welded the inside, and then after I got that one welded up, I did the same thing with this one here. So this clock face here, I wanted to have good, I wanted to have it straight, and I wanted to have it looking right. So I'm trying to get better with my clocks. Okay YouTube, I just got lucky and just remembered this last minute. I almost screwed myself here. So one thing you really need to do is make sure you have enough height for your pendulum to clear everything. I wouldn't have done that had I started welding everything together. So I wouldn't have cleared the back gear here. I need to find one more gear to go on here in order for that pendulum to clear. So if you're making a clock, keep that in mind. So I need to, between this and this, that third one, I think I need to find about 3 more inches. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's kind of tough without the wife for someone to have one more set of hands here, and she's in cooking dinner and told me, no, get out of here. So I got out of there. Those evil wifey eyes, you know it. Anyhow, so I'm going to try and get a measurement. I'll probably tack this one in so I can hold the other one and tape measure, and find one more. Okay, oh wow, that sucked. Okay, so that sucked. I've got this gear here and this gear here because there's no way I'm going to add just one gear in the middle to gain 3 inches and ruin the whole idea I had. Screw that. So I'll put one on this side, one on this side. I need to be 10 1/4 inches off of this edge right here, this little lip, in order to make that pendulum clear on that base. So that's what we're shooting for, and I'm going to start cleaning this up with a wire wheel, touch up with the flap disc to make it shiny, and then this guy is next. I'll probably have to get the Dremel out as well, and I'm going to get clean, and probably next time I turn this on I'll have gears tacked in place. Okay YouTube, there it is. I got a clear coat on it, got the clock parts in it. Kind of liking how it turned out. So I made the mistake. I make a lot of mistakes. It's what I do, you know. You just kind of wing it. I am trying to get better with my clocks though. Anyway, I left out that one gear, and you know, I'm kind of liking it. The buddy of mine, Travis, actually made a mention of instead of just leaving the one clock, I could put three of them in here, or three of them here. This one wouldn't work so well. I'd have to really bend out the gears, or the clock hands, I mean, to make one work right here. But have three different time zones, and I don't know. But for now, this is how it's going, and it's ready to go off to who it was made for. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I don't know, I hope you like the clock.